Доброго дня, шановні колеги. Ми будемо розпочинати робочий день в Українському кризовому медіа-центрі. І розпочнемо ми з брифінгу про ініціативу. Називається вона VeteranoCoffee. Це соціальний проект демобілізованих бійців АТО. І в нас сьогодні в гостях Валерій Lypynskyi, ветеран батальйону Aidar, а також Володимир Шевченко, ветеран 95-ї окремої аеромобільної бригади. Доброго дня, хлопці. Почнемо з самого початку. Якщо можна, кілька слів про вас, чем вы занимались до цієї инициативы?
Да, здравствуйте. Меня зовут Валерий Lypynskyi. До этой инициативы я воевал, собственно, в Айдаре. До войны работал барменом в различных ресторанах Киева. До этого служил срочную службу под Киевом тоже.
In the army near Kiev as well. I moved to Kiev in 2012. Actually, after this war started, I had a feeling that we are not needed here when we came back from the front line. When we were there, it seems to us that everyone in the country stands for us. But when we came back, we found out that people are living their ordinary life, going to restaurants, and no one cares. But I tried to go through this feeling, and I simply understood that no one needs to take care of us, and we need to care for our future lives by ourselves. So when I was already demobilized, I received a certificate on disability. As a result, I could receive some compensation from the state, and with the help of this money, I could start my business. This was my dream from a very childhood. Of course, this money that I received from the state were not enough to start my business. However, I needed to start in some way. I had experience of cooking coffee, and I started to do it with my friend. In fact, clients that we have at the moment really help us to survive on this very beginning of our business. Volodymyr, tell us something about you, please. Well, before the war started, I was rather active after leaving from school. I was selling various stuff. But after crisis in 2008, my business fell. Then I was selling in small vendors, and before war had business too. But then I went to the front line. So now we start from the very beginning. They are working for us 3 weeks. On Monday, Tuesday, I'm going to start there too. Tell us please about the details of your initiative. Where are you working? Where people can find you? Well, we opened on the 20th of July, but it was unofficially. We had some problems with auctions for this place, and we had to find some way out. We were lucky to buy a suitable place, and according to the requirement, it did not completely correspond to our needs. That's why I needed to sell that equipment that I bought and to buy a smaller one. That's why during the first week this equipment was standing without our brand. It's quite good enough, but so you see that there were not official opening at that time. And only on the 27th of July, just a week after we actually opened, we made an official presentation of the project. We are on Tychina 18. This is near Telbin Lake. It's a rather pleasant district of Kyiv, and we have a lot of clients there. I like this place. When are you open, and how people can get to the place where you are? We are there from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., but sometimes Vitaly even spends night there. To get to us, you go to Metro Liberezhna and then take bus number 49. What coffee do you have at the moment, and how much does it cost? Our prices are on a general market level. We have espresso and americano, cappuccino, latte, so main types of coffee, small, medium, large. We have also some new types. This is coffee romano with lemon. Some people like this, and classic americano, as it is as people usually do in the USA, and it's a bit larger than people got used to. As usual in Kyiv, people take 150 grams, and this one is more intense. We also have a large number of cold drinks, refreshing drinks, mojito, large, red, green, even cucumber mojito. We tried various syrups to try various types of taste. How many people are working for you? I know about you and your colleague Vitaly. We are just 2 persons there. And what is the product that is currently most popular among your clients? People prefer latte and cappuccino, 350 milliliters. As far as I'm concerned, you are selling coffee right in place, and sometimes you deliver coffee. Is it true? Yes, sometimes people come to us and pay for the coffee that is later given to veterans who live in our district. We launched such an initiative. At the very beginning, veterans avoided to come to us and to ask whether someone paid for a cup of coffee for them, but then they got used to. We bought several cups from ceramics, and sometimes we serve in these cups just to avoid plastic cups. Volodymyr, tell us a bit more about this second point of Coffee Veterano. Where are going to open it? Well, I need to find our team members. We are going to start near Turmky underground station, just right near shopping center. This is called Magellan. Almost everything is ready. Do you have in your future plans the idea to spread your network into other districts of Kyiv and other regions of Ukraine? Well, first of all, I would say that this initiative is not going only from us. This is the first coffee shop. It is just to show to our fellows, to the veterans, that there is life after war. Because sometimes people don't know what they can do when they are demobilized. In such way, we are just showing that if you invest your money into a project of your own, you can start your own business, and you can try how it's going. And this network, of course, we expect that it will develop, and we expect our other veterans come and start their businesses as a part of this network. I believe that in fact it is not really expensive to open such a coffee shop. You can simply rent something. For example, they bought their equipment for making coffee, and what about me? I'm going just rent it, and this helps me to make economy at the very beginning when I start. And my current expenses will be a bit bigger at the very beginning, but I'll make economy, and I won't need to look for additional source of money, and then to develop. In fact, there is many variants except for coffee to start your own business, and well, of course, we are going to develop. I suppose you have heard of an initiative, Pizza Veterano. They were in this studio in April this year. Do you have any cooperation with them? Well, a very, very close cooperation. I was working for them as well, and I still work there for the 4th month already as a cook. So you are as a cook in Pizza Veterano, and you're starting this coffee shop? Yes, I'll be partly there and partly there for the first months, because first I need to get some more experience. Dear friends, I have one more question. It is possible to find you in social networks, is it? If you are in Facebook, how we can find you there? Yes, we have a community in Facebook. This is VeteranoCoffee. We are represented in a community. Our house is Bereznyki, and this community has its website as well. So you can find us there. I have just a personal page in Facebook. This is Volodymyr Shevchenko, and we will create our page in Facebook when everything will be ready. Dear colleagues, do you have any questions to our guests? My name is Sergey Malarchuk, Ukraine Crisis Media Center. Thank you for coming to us in Ukraine Crisis Media Center. And as my colleague said, this is not the first encounter with the veterans who started their own business. And I would like to congratulate you and to express you my admirance by the fact that you are doing something new by your own. I know about the district where your coffee shop is, and I'll surely come to you to buy coffee for me and to pay some cups of coffee for other veterans. And my question is, in the moment when you started, when you came to a tender for this place where your shop is, do you have any kind of preparations from the authorities? This is the first question. And the second question is, do you receive any support, kind of help from other volunteer organizations in starting your own business? And aren't you going to bring your business with VeteranoCoffee to create a network, VeteranoCoffee, to let other veterans simply join it and to start their businesses in this network? Well, my answer for the first question is that we had more problems on this auction. There were problems with the rates. Officially, they say that it was a technical problem, but later I found out that one person bought over 40 places. Of course, we started further investigation, and we said that there were slight problems there. At the moment, we hope that they will find what was the real problem there. Could you repeat the second question, please? My second question was, is there any person or initiative that helps you start your own business, and do you have plans to create a network with VeteranoCoffee to let other veterans join this network? Well, if you're talking about any political parties, NGOs, and so on, well, no one actually helps us. We do everything with our own efforts. Of course, our experience in this area helped us a lot. What about brand? This is Leonid Ostaltsev who is working on this through pizzeria network, and we have already addressed this question. Yes, we were talking about the idea to launch a new network, a bigger network, with the help of other veterans who will support this initiative. I would say that officially we have no any support from state authorities, but Union of ATO veterans are trying to ask for help for us to help us a bit with these auctions when we are starting a new business. I mean, every veteran who is starting it. And if we are talking about other kinds of help, no. Actually, veterans are always very united and we always help one another. If you need to get some information or to ask for advice, you can address some of your fellows and you will surely receive support and help. Thank you, colleagues. And one more question from me. Perhaps do you have a card in private bank or some other bank just to let some people who want to help you to make a small contribution? I believe we don't need any financial aid because, well, there are our wounded fellows, they need help more than we do. For us, it is more important that you come to us and buy a cup of coffee. Well, I would like to add that some percent of our income, monthly income, will be given for the needs of wounded soldiers. And I would like to say that if one of the veterans will come to us and tell us, please help me to have new experience, to get a job, we will help him. If we see that he really has motivation to do something, we will surely help him. Dear colleagues, do you have any questions? Okay, so the final question from me. Now it is August, then we'll have autumn, it will become colder. What are you going to do in autumn, in winter? Are you going to rent any office inside the building? Well, now we are already like in a small office on the wheels, but in November, when it will become colder, we will make preparations to heat this small van, and we will open a special window to serve the clients. The practice has shown that people always drink coffee, especially in winter and in spring. But in summer, people mostly prefer refreshing drinks, and this costs really more. So, in fact, we are looking for autumn, for winter, because we expect more visitors. So, come to us, we'll have possibility to serve you in autumn and winter as well. Okay, so on this point, we'll go into end our press conference. And guys, I promise I will come to you for a cup of coffee. Thank you, have a good luck,